Welcome to Cinema Bites, your go-to for movie recaps in a flash, big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The series begins with Yasmin, a famous actress disguised with a wig and makeup, riding in a car with a stranger named Jeetan, who offers to take her home after seeing her stranded on the road with her broken-down car. Jeetan is unlucky enough to note her resemblance to the famous actress Yasmin, which causes her to panic. She claims many people say that and asks him to take her through a specific route, pretending it leads to her home. Suddenly, she pulls out a knife, stabs herself, sets the car on fire, and leaves. Yasmin walks through the forest until she meets her friend Ahmed al-Sawab, who was waiting for her. He leaves her and moves on. Along the way, Yasmin changes her clothes and removes the wig, returning to her usual appearance. Later, she arrives at the private screening of her new movie. Strangely, she remains calm, as if accustomed to killing people, knowing how to separate her crimes from her work. The next day, Yasmin learns from the news that Jeetan's burned body was found in the car. It is revealed that Jeetan was the owner of a private school and involved in a child abuse case some time ago. He had been hiding from someone who had been targeting people involved in rape and assault cases. Public opinion is divided between supporters and opponents of this hunter. Yasmin seems pleased and entertained by people's curiosity. Tanner, Yasmin's business manager, arrives and reminds her of her appointment with the famous director Rafid. Yasmin dislikes Rafid and is unenthusiastic about the meeting but is compelled to go. On their way out, Ahmed is waiting for them. Yasmin smiles at him, and it is revealed that Ahmed is involved in all her crimes, often choosing the victims. The next target is Bahadur, whom Ahmed chose because he tortured the girl Ahmed loved. Ahmed tells Yasmin he will inform her of the execution date soon. Tanner grows curious about where Yasmin was before the film's opening ceremony, as she ignored his attempts to contact her. Yasmin avoids his questions. They stop at a cafe where Yasmin buys coffee and philosophizes about the barista's attitude toward her, feeling he recognizes her but tries to act superior. To embarrass him, she pays for the coffee in loose change. At the company, Tanner leaves to meet a friend, while Yasmin sees Rafid with a beginner actress named Akin, offering her a role. When Yasmin enters, Rafid dismisses Akin. Yasmin's long-standing hatred for Rafid intensifies because of his behavior toward the girl, and she deliberately embarrasses him. Afterward, Rafid offers her a role, but she declines, citing his unpleasant smell. On her way out, Yasmin befriends Akin and offers to take her along. She also suggests that Tanner manage Akin since she is a beginner without representation. Later, Yasmin records a TV interview. When the host asks about her personal life, she becomes distracted, recalling her past with Ahmed. It is revealed that Ahmed was her neighbor, whom she often saw carrying a gun. One day, she visited him at home and found him on the verge of suicide. She spent the day with him, changing his mind. Ahmed, a soldier, had lost his wife and son, leaving him hopeless. Yasmin quickly grew close to him, and their bond strengthened when Yasmin killed a stranger who attacked her at home. Ahmed helped her hide the body. It is also revealed that Yasmin accidentally killed her younger sister in the past. Yasmin awakens from her memories to the sound of a thunderstorm. A fire breaks out in the studio, causing everyone to flee. Yasmin imagines seeing someone named Mazar, whom she had previously killed. Fearing he might still be alive and seeking revenge, she dismisses the thought and returns home. Tanner calls to check on her after the incident. Yasmin goes to the basement to meet Ahmed, upset that he was absent during the recording of the episode, as she relies on him for protection. Ahmed explains he was busy with other matters and informs her that the police concluded the fire was caused by an electrical fault. So Yasmin tells him about Mazar, but he guesses that she was just imagining it. And then Yasmin asks about the date of the operation against Bahadur. So Ahmed says that they can't kill him in his house because it is full of cameras, and he is having a massage in the salon the next day, and that this is the most suitable place for the killing because there are no cameras. And he asks her to prepare herself, as there were no cameras. He asks her to prepare herself. Then she decides to go outside, but Ahmed refuses to get out with her because he was sleepy. So she goes to the cafe and meets Fath, and he told her that the cafe is closed, but she insists on entering and asks how he doesn't know her. So Fath tells her that he just got out of prison for a murder, and when Yasmin asks him who he killed, he refuses. Tell her. And Fath gets tired of her curiosity, so he decides to go up to his apartment on the floor above and leaves. The next day, Yasmin prepares for the new operation, and she disguises as cleaner so that they will allow her to enter. And he sees the receptionist who appears to be impressed by her and is waiting for her to finish and pass by him. Yasmin arrives at the room that Bahadur reserved in, under the pretext that she is going to clean it. But she quickly changes her clothes so that he thinks that she is the one who will give him a massage. She leaves Bahadur sitting outside and starts preparing the knife. The surprise is that when she goes out, she finds him killed. She quickly runs away from the place, and on her way out, she kills the receptionist because he is a harasser. After that, she runs to Ahmed, who is waiting for her in the car. They go back home, and on the way, she receives a message from an unknown person saying that he is the one who completed the task instead of her. Yasmin gets scared and does not respond to him. One day, Yasmin is busy filming an advertisement, and at that time, a message reaches her from the same unknown person. This time, he sends an article about a lawyer named Julie Didi. We learn that some time ago, she killed a dog in the street under the pretext that it had attacked her before, and that the court released her, and the unknown person offers her to be her next victim, saying that he intends to help her and be her partner. Then Yasmin returns home, and it appears that Ahmed is waiting for her. He is upset after learning from the news that she killed the receptionist in the last crime. He is tired of her because she did not stick to the plan and also because she hid things from him. He deals with the unknown person who is clearly stalking her, so she gives him advice and tells him to listen to him after that. The next day, Yasmin goes out for a run, and on the way, she reacts to something exploding next to her. At the same time, she receives a message from the unknown person saying that he is watching her. She then goes to drink coffee in a cafe and is shocked when she sees him looking disheveled, but she ignores all his questions and notices a strange tattoo on his hand. Nevertheless, she continues to ask about its meaning. Yasmin takes the coffee and leaves. On that day, Tanner asks her to go with Rafat to apologize for what she said the last time. It seems that Rafat tried to change the things that she doesn't like, so he puts air fresheners everywhere in his office and offers Rafat a new role other than the one she refused last time. He asks her to read it and respond to him. On their way out, they meet Akin, who was there last time, and they learn that her father kicked her out because he doesn't agree with her acting. She gives it to Yasmin and repeatedly takes her home to have lunch together. They both have lunch together, and then Akin takes her bag and leaves to look for a place to stay. As for Ahmed, he talks to Yasmin, and they ask about Julie Didi and learn that she is currently traveling. They also know that she lives in an isolated place next to a lake, so they decide to wait for her to return from her trip. It seems that Ahmed is surprised that she is the one who chose the victim. Yasmin sympathizes with the dog, and that is why she wants to take revenge on Julie Didi. However, it seems that she has a specific plan in her mind for the unknown person. On that day, Yasmin decides to spend the night with Fath at his house and tries to take advantage of any opportunity to search the house. It appears that she suspects that Fath is the unknown person, but she does not find anything to confirm her suspicions. While they are sitting, Fath's young son arrives, and she realizes that Fath was married and is now divorced. His son comes to sit with him every now and then. The child is able to get to know Yasmin and is happy that his father knows a famous person like her. At home, Fath is surprised when he finds out that she is a famous actress, which he did not know. At night, Yasmin stays up late thinking about the unknown person. She concludes that it is not Fath because no one who has a son would put his life in such danger. She tries to think about the identity of the unknown person but does not reach any conclusions. After that, Yasmin starts reading the scenario and realizes that the surprise is that it is a woman. She gives herself a day to go and meet Rafat in his office, and it appears that the author is sitting with them. Yasmin takes advantage of the opportunity and asks him not to change the ending. This is because the hunter deserves to die. She asks Rafat to give her the role of the policewoman who will catch the hunter in the end. Although it is a secondary role, Yasmin insists on taking it. She goes back to talk to the writer and tells him that these characters always have a guide who helps them in their crimes and that they kill for him. She suggests adding a character like this to the movie. On their way out, they meet Akin, who is sitting outside and rehearsing a certain role. Yasmin knows that she still hasn't found a place to stay, so she gives her the rehearsal and goes to sit with her at home. After that, Tanner talks to Yasmin and thinks about the date of the awards ceremony that will be the next day. As soon as Yasmin gets in the car, she receives a message from the unknown person who informs her that the date of the execution of Julie D's operation will be at night. She meets Ahmed and lies, saying that it was her decision. At night, Yasmin starts preparing by disguising herself with a wig and makeup, and Ahmed goes down to a place near Julie D's house, whom is the one fishing in the lake next to her. So Yasmin sneaks to her and kills her. Then Yasmin feels the presence of the unknown person behind her, but she quickly runs away from the place. And we know that she intended to commit the crime alone to annoy him, and on her way home, he sends her a message from him that he will make her pay for what she did, and when they arrive home, Akin is standing waiting for them with her bag. So Yasmin takes her, and they go inside, and Yasmin starts to prepare for the awards party, and she tries to take Akin with her to introduce her to directors and help her find a good role. And Tanner greets them, who appears to like Akin. And in the middle of the party, the message from the unknown person reaches Yasmin, and he starts describing everything around her as if he is with him in the same place. Assistant. So Yasmin starts to panic, and she keeps looking around and complaining to everyone there, and she knows that one of the people there is going to die at the end of the party. At the end of the party, Yasmin was afraid for Tanner and Akin in particular because they are the closest people to her. After a while, the time comes to hand out Yasmin's award, and while she is giving her speech, Rafat falls and dies. At the same time, Yasmin starts to feel pain in her right side, and we learn that she has been suffering from the same pain for a while, yet she did not go to the doctor. A message reaches her from the unknown person, telling her that she suffers from gallstones. After a while, we see Yasmin in the hospital after she was confirmed that she actually suffers from gallstones and underwent the operation. It appears that Akin cares a lot about her, and she is the one who changes her bandage every now and then, and Yasmin listens to her and stays with him at home until she gets a role to play and gets money. After that, she starts looking for a place to live. One day, Yasmin receives a gift for the house, which is made up of herbs, so she left it and goes and talks to Ahmed. When she returns, she notices that it have a message with them, and she writes that it is from the unknown person, and that he uses the same substance to kill Rafat. Yasmin gets surprised that the jar is opened and she philosophizes, and it appears that Akin put some of it in her tea and Tanner. Luckily for her, Yasmin was able to take the cups and throw them away before they drank from them. Because of what happened, Yasmin decides to check the party cameras and is able to reach the buffet that offered Rafat the drink. She guesses that this is the unknown person or rented from the unknown person. The next day, Yasmin returns to work after a period of interruption because of the operation. On that day, Fath visits her after his son H insists that they visit her and check on her. The child talks about the girl he likes, whose name is Daphne, and they read with Yasmin so that he can show her the picture. Then the child leaves them to take a tour of the location, so Fath takes advantage of the opportunity and tells Yasmin that he likes her. They read together the next day, and in a short time, Yasmin is able to reach the work data of the buffet. While she is moving, he goes to talk to her. They swallow that he is making the movie The Hunter as a tribute to Rafat after his death. He says that he set a meeting time for her with the director the next day. At night, Yasmin starts watching the buffet worker until she knows his house. At home, we see Yasmin sitting in her room, and suddenly she hears a noise coming from the garden. It appears that Akin hit her head to a certain song that she will need in a new role, so Yasmin starts dancing with her. It appears that the two girls have become very close to each other. The next day, Yasmin is getting ready for her meeting with the new director. They start discussing the details of the movie. After the end of the meeting, she is surprised that Ahmed didn't come to take her like every day. He tells someone else to bring her back home. When she calls him, he reassures her that he is fine but has an important errand that he needs to do. It appears that Yasmin loves him very much and is afraid for him, so she takes advantage of Ahmed being busy with her. With a decision, she goes again to the buffet worker's house. There, she finds a certain type of drug and then realizes that the buffet worker is in the house, pointing his gun at her. But the surprise is that he does not kill her. He hesitates, and she runs quickly to escape. At that time, an old man sees her, but she does not pay him any attention. On her way home, she feels someone moving around her, so she concludes that it is the unknown person. She decides that she wants to carry out the new mission the next day. Then she leaves him and returns home. The next day, Ahmed still has not returned home. It appears that he misses his wife and son, so he decides to stay and go to the place he used to go with them. Yasmin is able to determine his location and goes to check on him. He gets out of Ahmed and takes care of himself until he returns to her. The police start investigating the murder of the buffet worker, led by a female detective named Gunesh. We learn that the drug Lao causes hallucinations and can lead to suicide. She guesses that this man killed himself. During the investigation, the same old man sees them and says that he saw the actress Yasmin leaving the apartment at the time of the crime. But no one believes him, especially since he is a homeless person and mentally ill. That day, Yasmin decides to meet the unknown person as he requested. He sends her the address of an abandoned house to meet in. She goes there disguised and tries to kill Yasmin, making her lose consciousness. After that, he sets the place on fire and runs away. The surprise is that Ahmed is watching her because he is also afraid for her and could not leave her alone for a long time. Luckily for her, he is able to get her out of the place safe and sound. On the way, Yasmin tells him about the unknown person and says that he is the one who hired the buffet worker to kill Rafat. In return, he gave him a large amount of drugs, and that this drug is what made the worker commit suicide. Luckily for her, she was able to quickly escape from his house and realizes that this crazy person is Mazar, whom she thought she killed because no one else wanted to hurt her. But Ahmed is not convinced by her words and says that a car was monitored the day they went to Julie D's house. When he investigated, he found out that she left from a certain customs office. They decide to search for warehouses there that do not have cameras. This is because the unknown person, whether an individual or a whole gang, is definitely hiding the drugs there. When they reach a warehouse, they will be able to know the name of the importing company. Through it, they will know the person who is chasing them. The next day, as usual, she starts her day by visiting Fat's cafe and finds him leaving the place open, but he is not there. After a while, Gunesh, who also came to order coffee, meets Fath. The two get to know each other, and Yasmin takes her number. This is because she will need her help while preparing for her new role as a policewoman investigating a murder. Arrives and they sit and talk. From him, H is upset because none of his friends believe that he met Yasmin and talked to her. Not even Devon, the girl he loves. So she decides to. Yasmin goes out with Fatah and Atash, and they go to the fish garden, and she offers to have Atash bring his girlfriend with them. So Fatah is very happy and thanks him. At that moment, Ahmed sends her a message, so she goes out to meet him. He appears to be upset about her relationship with Fatah, especially since they do not know anything about him. He asks her to stay away from him completely until he investigates him. Then Ahmed changes the subject and says that he found the warehouse from which the car came out, and he will go there at night to look for anything that will lead them to the unknown person. Yasmin wants to go with him, but he completely refuses because he is afraid for her. At night, Ahmed takes Ahmed to the warehouse, and there he hits the security guard. Then he starts searching the place until he finds the same type of drug that Yasmin saw in the apartment where he made the buffet. It is hidden among a shipment of imported drugs. Ahmed knows that the name of the company that imports is Zed 22. At that moment, Yasmin receives a message from the unknown person, who informs her that Ahmed has crossed the line and that he intends to kill him, so she runs away. Yasmin is there to save him and actually sees a person breaking into his place about to kill Ahmed, but she is faster than him and is able to kill him. And although she saved Ahmed's life, he is annoyed that she came to a place like that and put his life in danger. The two wants to leave, but they discover that this person was not alone and is being dismantled by the presence of many masked people in the place. However, the two of them are able to kill most of them, and then they escape from the place quickly. The next day, Yasmin is getting ready for her appointment with the work team of the new movie, and there she starts to show off her preparation for the role. As usual, she is with Maha Tanner, her business manager, and when they know that the director has not yet found an actress for the role of the heroine, they offer him to see Aiken and he confirms that she can do the role. So the director thinks about their opinion, and he agrees to see her. Then, the director changes the subject and says that the production company has changed and that a person who owns a production company called them and sent someone to represent the company to agree with them on the details. He says that this company is producing for the first time and its owner is a grocery merchant, and his company is called Z22. So, Yasmin concludes that this is the same unknown person who is chasing her. After the meeting, she and Fatah go out with the two children. In the middle of the day, Fatah receives a call, so she tells him to keep an eye on the children until he returns. At that time, Yasmin receives a message from the unknown person, and he tells her to watch the children. She concludes that he is threatening her, and as soon as she looks behind her to look for him, the children disappear in front of her. While she is looking for them, people come and want to take pictures with them, but Yasmin becomes nervous, so she shouts at them and walks. After a lot of searching, she finds the children standing, waiting for her. She feels a bit reassured, but nevertheless, she asks Fatah to leave, and then she returns home with him. Finally, Fatah decides to talk about the reason for his imprisonment. He says that it was a car accident and that he killed someone unintentionally. After that, he and his wife were divorced, and he did not see his son except a few times. Fatah is surprised by a character like a hunter because he kills a lot of people, and he has no sense of guilt. At that moment, Asma receives a call from Ahmed, so she goes outside to talk to him. Ahmed says that he kept looking for the company owner and knew that his name is Jihan, but he didn't find any picture of him or even been able to reach his location. With this, we know that the unknown person who kissed her is called Jihan. She becomes curious to know his real identity, and Ahmed changes the subject and swallows the slander of Fatah, and finds out that he is honest in everything he says and that he actually got out of prison after 3 years on charges of manslaughter. So, she reassures Yasmin and returns to complete the day with him. The next morning, H arrives at their house, so Fath leaves her in the room and goes out to open the door for his son. The child is happy when he sees Yasmin's bag and knows that she and his father are in a relationship. At that time, Yasmin notices that there are a lot of magazines about her, and her pictures are cropped, so she is surprised, and it appears that she has started to doubt Fath. Then she goes down to have breakfast with them and learns from H that the video of her annoying people has spread on the internet, and that everyone is criticizing her for what she did. She takes the opportunity to make their account count and goes in to make tea. She asks the boy about the reason for his parents' separation, but he refuses to talk about the issue, and she respects his decision. When she returns home, Tanner, her elder brother, reads people's comments on what happened and sees that her behavior could cause them a lot of loss and that she must learn how to control her actions if she wants to remain successful, and goes out to meet Ahmed after receiving a message from him. We learn that Ahmed is still continuing his investigations about Jihan and says that the financial manager of the company, whose name is Youssef, killed a girl a while ago, but they discovered the crime since it happened in one of the company's buildings, and that Youssef later fled to Paris and just returned a short time ago. He is currently staying in a hotel, and it appears that he has killed a lot and that women are Yasmin's only weakness. She tells Ahmed that she wants to kill him, but he says that this time, it is not necessary to kill him, and that they just want to reach Jihan through him. We learn that Yasmin has to film an advertising campaign the next day, and that they are still looking for a suitable location, so they decide to do it in the same hotel where Youssef is staying, so that she can take advantage of the opportunity and finish her work and the new mission at the same time. At night, Yasmin notices that Akin is sneaking out of the house to call someone. When she goes out after her, Akin is very scared and says that she was talking to her mother, but Yasmin does not believe her, and it appears that she was calling Fatah. After that, Yasmin goes out to meet the investigator, Ganesh, who will help in the preparations for the new role. In a short time, the two become close and become friends to the point that Yasmin tells her about her relationship with Fatah. The next day, Yasmin is busy filming, receiving, changing her clothes, and pampering herself. She also wears a mask and then goes into the hotel to meet Youssef, who is busy with his party that is full of girls. Yasmin waits in his room as if she is one of those girls, and when he sees her, he is very impressed by her and asks her to take off the mask. As usual, she ignores the talk about the resemblance between her and the actress Yasmin and says that she is used to hearing this word and pretends that she is from France and does not understand Turkish. For this reason, Youssef takes his time in talking, and at that time, he receives a call from one of Jihan's assistants and Bert Boa, arranging a meeting between Youssef and Jihan the next day at night. So she gives Samin the exact place and time, and with that, her mission is done. She leaves Youssef and goes out and sees one of the security guards, and it appears that he is suspicious of her because of the mask, but she is able to escape from him and returns to change her clothes and completes the photo session as if nothing happened. On her way home, she asks Ahmed to investigate Fatah for the second time, and it appears that he started to worry about her. We know that this day is Yasmin's birthday, and Fatah brings her a cake. She goes home and discovers that Akin is throwing a party for her and that she called Fatah yesterday to invite him. When she saw her, she got nervous and had to lie. The party starts and it appears that Tanner and Akin have become very close to each other. As for Yasmin, she is careful to keep an eye on Fatah throughout the party because she no longer trusts him. Suddenly, she finds that he is not there. So she concludes that he entered the house and goes to look for him. It appears that Fatah is in the basement, as if he is searching the place. Fatah proves his position by saying that he likes the house, and that is why he takes a tour of the place, but Yasmin is not convinced. After that, Fatah makes an excuse that it is late and leaves. After the party ends, Yasmin records a video in which she apologizes for her way with people and says that she is going through a difficult period and that is why she is nervous. The next day, she starts preparing for the new mission, and as usual, she jokes with her wig and makeup. The two of them arrive at the place, and there Ahmed gives her a small camera to record what is happening. As soon as she gets out of the car and moves on her way to the place where she will be received, Ahmed receives new information, writes that Fatah deceived them all and that he is a police officer. As for Yasmin, she met Youssef, who is sitting in his car waiting for Jihan. When Youssef tries to hit her, she pulls out the knife and slaughters. At that time, the police arrive at the place, and it appears that Yasmin is hiding on the side so that no one sees her. Fatah philosophizes and knows that he is a policeman, and philosophizes that they are against her, and luckily she is able to escape. We go back in time 2 months, and we learn that Fatah is the one who handles the Hunter case, and that he was once able to catch one of her victims before he died. This person pointed to her picture on TV and said that she was the one who did this to him, and after that, he died immediately. That is why Fatah has been chasing and waiting to get evidence against her, and he spent a long time looking for her. He gathers all the evidence, and one day he talks to his manager, who was not at all convinced that the hunter is the actress Yasmin, especially since the dates of the crimes always coincide with the dates of her parties. But Fatah thinks that this is clever of her and that she did it on purpose to finish the mission and go to the party immediately without anyone noticing or suspecting her. It appears that Fatah investigated her and found out that a man named Mazar adopted her and her sister Darin. After a while, his house caught fire, and news of the three's death spread. But it is clear that Yasmin managed to escape with a certain plan. There were many complaints from girls against Mazar at their house, claiming he was harassing them, but all these cases were closed immediately after his death. After many discussions, the manager gives him a month to search for Yasmin and confirm whether she is truly the hunter or not. On his way out, he meets Gunesh and tells him what he discovered. And the surprise is that Gunesh is his ex-wife and H's mother. In the present, Yasmin sits talking with Ahmed, and the two of them are shocked that Fatih and Gunesh could deceive them. Ahmed reveals that Fatih actually killed someone a few years ago during a mission, but it was a mistake, and the police framed him. Since then, he has felt guilty and has been depressed for a long time. It seems Yasmin is very upset, especially since she has started to develop feelings for him. At this time, Fatih and Gunesh are sitting with the manager, and the surprise is that Fatih for the first time starts defending Yasmin, saying he was wrong to think she was the hunter. Gunesh admires that he is doing this because he loves her, but Fatih refuses to let her interfere in his personal life, as they divorced a long time ago. Gunesh becomes upset and tries to keep their son away from Yasmin and the case. Meanwhile, Yasmin gets angry and says that his wife has been trying to reach him for days, but she doesn't know. At this time, Akin is in the room with him, takes pictures of him, and hides them. Despite everything that happened, Yasmin decides to meet Gunesh. She pretends that she knows nothing, and a report comes to Gunesh about a murder. She says that the person who was killed was the one who gave them the address of a businessman named Yusef. Yasmin concludes that this is about Yusef, whom she still believes was killed, and she suspects that Sihan is the one who ordered his men to kill this person to cause the death of one of his men. Yasmin believes this and decides to go with her, ensuring she does not leave the car. They arrive at the crime scene, and the forces move under Gunesh's command and raid the house. Yasmin waits in the car. Suddenly, she sees the killer running outside, manages to stop him, and sees his face, but he escapes quickly. Yasmin also escapes and sends Gunesh a letter apologizing for leaving, using the excuse of having a job. She draws a picture of the person she saw and gives it to Ahmed to investigate and deliver to Chihan. Through him, Ahmed is asked to leave this matter to him and focus on Fatih to uncover the police's role. That night, Yasmin goes out with Gunesh and tries to bring her to Fatih's cafe. The two of them pretend it's their first meeting. Yasmin pretends to believe her and tries to annoy Gunesh by getting close to Fatih in front of her to make her lose her temper. After a while, Fatih leaves to get a drink. Yasmin takes the opportunity and begins to tease her further, saying that Fatih told her he was married to a crazy woman. She also says that H is very fond of his mother and loves her. She gives Gunesh a drink and keeps urging her to leave. Meanwhile, Yasmin slips a sleeping pill into his drink. As soon as he falls asleep, she begins searching the house. When she returns home, she finds Akin crying over something she discovered about Tainer. Yasmin seems to sympathize with her deeply, but Akin asks her not to interfere and let her handle it. The next day, Fatih wakes up and realizes that Yasmin has found the place where the secret case about her, containing her pictures and news about her and her victims, was being investigated. He concludes that he has been exposed and feels distressed. Meanwhile, Yasmin begins preparing for the fashion show she is participating in. Ahmed, on the other hand, is still focused on identifying the man in the picture. His men manage to locate this man, who is apparently at the fashion show Yasmin is attending. Ahmed rushes there and informs Yasmin of the situation, asking her to focus on her work while he handles it. After some time, he spots the man in the picture and follows him to a secluded place. Another person joins them and strikes Ahmed on the head, causing him to lose consciousness. They kidnap him. At the end of the show, the director approaches Yasmin and introduces her to the producer. The surprise is that the producer, Jahan, is Mazar himself. At this time, fans surround Yasmin, and as soon as she escapes from them, she discovers that Mazar has left the venue. She begins to worry about Ahmed, especially since she tried contacting him, but he didn't respond. After searching the area extensively, she finds his phone on the ground and concludes that Mazar's men have kidnapped him. While she is scared and confused, she receives a message from an unknown person, who turns out to be Mazar, asking her to return home. There, she finds him waiting for her, and it appears that Akin is also in the house, but she is hiding and observing them. It is revealed that long ago, Yasmin decided to take revenge on Mazar because of his insults towards her, and for this reason, she locked him in the house and set it on fire. Mazar was able to escape, and he takes her to take revenge on her, but she ignores all of this and asks about Ahmed. Mazar shows her a video of him and reassures her that he is still alive. He orders her to follow his commands so that Ahmed can return to her. Mazar changes the subject and seems to know everything about Akin and is certain that Yasmin is afraid of her because she reminds her of her younger sister Darren. Then he leaves, and Fadila Akin comes out of her hiding place. She asks Yasmin to explain what she overheard, but Yasmin ignores her and enters the room. The next day, she goes to visit Fath at the cafe. For the first time, the two of them start speaking openly. Fath threatens to arrest her as soon as he finds evidence, but Yasmin says she is not afraid and starts talking about her role in the movie The Hunter. She says she chose the role of the policewoman because she liked it more. It appears that Gunesh is standing in front of the house after she put it in her head. That is why she is determined to find evidence against her. At night, Yasmin prepares for her appointment with Mazhar. On her way out, she meets Akin, who is determined to know the truth. Yasmin decides to take advantage of her to distract Gunesh after realizing she is in her hair. So she asks Akin to take the motorcycle and go out to buy something. Akin is confused, thinking this is Yasmin, but her face is unclear because of the helmet. That is why she starts watching her and becomes exhausted when she discovers that it is indeed Yasmin and that they were able to deceive her. Meanwhile, Yasmin is able to move freely, and after a while she arrives at the address Mazhar sent her, which turns out to be the same address as her business manager. It is revealed that the appearance of Aquarius is a strong drug, and because of this, Tanner is asleep and unaware of anything. Mazhar explains that Tanner's wife and son are traveling. Mazhar speaks with Yasmin and offers her a new deal. He will return Ahmed to her in exchange for her using a live TV interview to kill Tanner in front of the public to prove to them that she is the hunter. Mazhar insists that Tanner is a traitor like the other men she killed and that he exploited Akin and entered into a relationship with her. For this reason, he argues it would have been better for them to kill him instead of looking for strangers to do it. Mazhar leaves her to think until the next day, smiling all night as he contemplates what she will do. At that moment, Fath finds out that Ahmed disappeared during the fashion show and becomes suspicious of a certain car that was parked in front of the venue. As Tai passes by, he investigates it and traces its route. The next day, Yasmin starts preparing for the TV interview after deciding to accept Mazhar's deal. She heads to the studio. At the same time, Akin is at home eating alone. After much searching, she finds a secret hiding place containing the tools Yasmin uses for her crimes. She realizes that Yasmin is the hunter. The live broadcast of the program begins. During the interview, Yasmin thanks her manager, Tanner, for his kindness and asks him to come out so she can thank him in front of the audience. The host challenges them to participate in an entertaining game. The winner chooses a specific judgment for the second round. Akin is shown to be backstage, clearly planning something. During the game, it is Yasmin's turn to carry out the judgment on Tanner, and she is about to pull out the knife and kill him. However, Akin moves faster and manages to dismantle one of the lighting fixtures, which falls and hits Tanner on the head, killing him instantly. Because of what happened, people flee the studio, while Yasmin is left in shock, unsure of how to react. Meanwhile, Ahmed is watching the program and sees what is happening. Fearing for Yasmin, he tries to go to her. After much struggle, he manages to free himself, but during the ensuing chase, Ahmed is shot twice in the back. At that moment, Fath arrives after tracing the car's route and discovering Ahmed's location. He takes Ahmed to the ambulance but leaves him sitting on the side as he goes to kill Baya from the gang. Upon his return, he finds Ahmed gone. It turns out that Ahmed stole a phone from one of the gang members and calls Yasmin, giving her his location. Yasmin rushes there, but when she arrives, she finds him dead. She sits beside his body, unsure of how to continue her life without him. Meanwhile, Gunesh begins to claim her right to what happened. While reviewing the studio cameras, she sees Akin moving to a part of the studio where the lighting equipment is located. This area has no cameras, leaving no evidence to prove Akin's involvement. As a result, they must obtain a confession from her. Gunesh knows everything about Mazhar and his agreement with Yasmin. She believes that Yasmin orchestrated Tanner's death by having Akin kill him. During the investigation, Akin pretends to be sad about Tanner's death and acts as though she cannot comprehend what happened. However, Gunesh knows she is lying. Despite this, they cannot arrest her due to a lack of evidence. On that day, Fateh is excluded from the case after the president decides to hold her for Gunesh, and Gunesh requests a search warrant for Yasmin's house, and if she doesn't reach anything, she will be arrested by Mazhar, because Yasmin will definitely try to kill him. On his way out, Fateh fights with him and realizes that he really loves Yasmin, but this time he won't allow his emotions control him. And the police, led by Gunesh, arrive at Yasmin's house to search it, and they are able to find her secret headquarters. The surprise was that she had taken everything from there, and that's why they didn't find any evidence against her. After a few days, Yasmin decides to visit Ahmed's favorite place, which he used to visit with his wife and son. He loved coming here after their deaths to feel close to them. For the first time, Yasmin starts crying because of separation, but she quickly wipes her tears so that she doesn't allow herself to weaken. After that, she decides to say goodbye to Fath, and she also loves his house. The two of them stay sitting, not finding anything to say until Yasmin decides to leave. When she returns home, she finds Akin waiting for her and says that Akin is the one who suspected her of ordering him to kill Tanner. We know that Akin did this on her own to take revenge on him after he deceived her. Yasmin tells her that she prepared her bag of clothes so that she searches for another place to stay in, and thus all that is left for Yasmin is to take revenge on Mazar, and knows that he intends to escape by boat. So she goes to the company she deals with and asks the employee there to call Mazar and get the address from him, and then kills the employee. Yasmin moves on her way to Mazar's house, and there she is able to kill his men. During the chase, Mazar is injured in his arm, so he runs towards the road and stops the first car he comes across and runs. But the person who rode with him, who appears to be a girl, gets scared and kidnaps him. And we know that she is dealing with Yasmin. At that time, the police arrive at Mazar's house, and they see his men killed. So Ganesh concludes that Yasmin is in a nearby place and remembers Yasmin's words that the heroine of the film died in a junkyard. So she decides to look for the nearest yard and thinks that Yasmin went there. At that time, Yasmin is able to kidnap Mazar, and it appears that she is satisfied and throws gasoline on him because she burns Fabi. Mazar tries to blackmail her and says that he has a lot of information that can benefit her and that he is the only one who has this information. He thinks that she was tired since she was a child because she was very stubborn. He says that she is very similar to her mother's personality. Yasmin ignores his words and tries to kill him and throws the lighter at him to burn him. He appears to enjoy the sight of her and is tortured. At that moment, Fath reaches her and raises the gun at her. Yasmin tells her that he treated her as if she was stupid and that he exploited the case to get close to her. When he asks her to surrender, Yasmin pulls out the gun and kills her. She arrives in the same car that kidnapped Mazar and takes him, and he runs away. After that, Gonch and Maha, the rest of the forces, arrive and imagine what will happen when she sees Fath killed in front of her. As for Yasmin, she realizes that the girl who rode with her is Akin. We learn that they decided to cooperate and exploit their hatred for men to take revenge on them. The two girls run away after achieving everything they wished for. And the surprise is that a new message reaches Yasmin from a new unknown person, and it appears that she is excited about the adventure. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all